What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Josh Helm here, and today we're doing Q&A time, which we're trying to do a little bit more of this type of stuff, so I hope you'll stay tuned for it. But I had a question come in. This is from Defend Freedom. It says, "Hi Josh, here is a direct question for flooring. Are polished concrete floors less or more expensive than wood grain tile floor across the entire house?" So just to begin the conversation, let me just say this. I am on the road, so I wanted to pull over and read that question. Ultimately, it comes down to this. There is a very distinct difference between polished concrete floors and stained concrete floors. So what we primarily are doing, which is included in our base price, is called stained concrete floors. The reason why I have to say this is because there are assumptions. They'll go to the mall or go to maybe a commercial space and they will really like the polished look. But a lot of times what they're doing there is a large difference than what we're talking about with a stained concrete floor. Because for stained concrete, it involves the process of staining and then putting a clear finish, like a kind of a wax type product that goes over top of that. And that is different than polished floors. When you do polished concrete, it's the act of actually grinding the concrete down to a fine polish. So that is a lot more money than it would be even probably to put tile down. So on to the next part of the question. To install tile on your home versus stained concrete would be more cost. It would cost more to do tile than it would to do stained concrete, primarily because the materials by themselves, it really depends on the cost of the materials. We have a investment property that we did where we put all tile on it, but I believe I did it with kind of equal cost because I found some tile that was like 40 cents a square foot, and it was not like a wood tile. It was more like a 12 by 24 porcelain tile. And like I said, I just found a great deal. And in that scenario, it was more of an equal type cost trade-off. So if you can get tile really cheap or in a discounted rate, then there might be a chance you can get some equal costs. But for most of the time with tile selections, people are choosing something that's going to cost, like, say, $1 to $2.50 per square foot. Then you got the cost of the mud mix that you're using to set it into place. Then you got, or the Portland. Then you got the grout. You've also got the labor involved. So the labor, it takes quite a bit more time to lay tile than it would the other. So the stained concrete does have cost because you got the cost of the stain and you have the cost of the labor. But I do believe that for a stained concrete floor, for our typical scenarios, which look really, really nice, it's not for everybody, but for some it works well for. And if you have pets, I think a lot of people like to kind of go that route. The other thing I would say is, if you're doing, say, stained concrete, not polished, but stained concrete, I would say you could always add flooring to that. So that's one of the things that we always tell our clients. Like, if we stain the concrete floors and you don't like it, at some point later, well, you can always add flooring. You know, that's an easy next step. But when it comes to adding flooring and then wanting to go to a stained concrete, that's not as easily done because there might be adhesives. Now, if you're doing a floating floor, well, maybe that would work, and you could switch back to it. But when it comes to a wood grain tile, you can get a lot of wood grain tiles that, again, you might be paying a couple dollars more per square foot for that kind of an upgrade or a change order to go to tile. It's going to be, in some cases, several dollars more per foot to do that. But a lot of our clients have chosen to go all tile, and we've done a lot of stained concrete. But when somebody has pushed us to want to do polished concrete, almost every time the cost has exceeded what they wanted to spend. So I would say there's a large difference between stained concrete and polished concrete. So hopefully that helps answer that question. There's so many different varieties of how you can do your floors that it really does depend. And I think if somebody's wanting for that polished, glossy look, you might choose a tile that's really shiny. We've done that, like in our Joshua Barndominium, our Sadler Barndominium. I thought, at first I was like, really gonna do something glossy like that? And I just didn't think that would be a good thing to do. And when they laid down, I was like, oh, that looks amazing. So really shiny floors, and worked out really, really well. And a lot of people just raved over especially like the Sadler Barndominium. And I think a lot of it had to do with those tile floors that we had out in the opening. So that's something to keep in mind when you're trying to make a decision about your design. So many choices to make when you're building a barndominium. Hopefully this helps answer your question. Thanks for commenting below. If you guys have any additional questions on these Q&A type truck talks, whatever you want to call them. But we've got a lot more coming to the channel. Appreciate y'all following along. And want to say just thank you to everybody. We have over 175,000 subscribers now on the channel. And you know, it just means so much to have the support from all of you and all that you guys done over the years. We are excited about the future. We got so many projects underway, so busy, busy lives, busy family life as well. I only got 2 kids left in grade school, and the other 2 graduated high school. One's in college, and our oldest is working with us, and we're so proud of what's happening there. But you know, we're in this for the long haul. It's our family. So we have a lot of family that works in the business as well. So you know, we appreciate you guys following along. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, come apart, be a part of the journey. We got a lot more coming, a lot more finished barndominiums as well. So if you haven't followed us on Facebook and Instagram, please do that now. I'm Josh Helm, wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching Texas Best.